Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading for Monday, the 17th of February, 2020. Today the sun is still in Aquarius. Tomorrow it's actually moving into Pisces. Today actually Mercury retrograde in Pisces officially begins. I think it should be officially begun everywhere by now. I believe in some places, even in America, it might have started the 16th actually. But I think in the UK and other parts, it's starting the 17th. So welcome to official Mercury retrograde. I'm actually kind of hoping that it's going to be better than the shadow period because it has been frustrating just to communicate, to get out a sentence that doesn't sound like I've never spoken English before and I've never been educated. So it's been difficult, and I'm really looking forward to just getting through this retrograde. Retrogrades are also such an interesting time in terms of the more long-term vision is kind of shut off in terms of decision making. So it's a time to watch out for stuff like that. And I feel like that's going to come up in the reading. So we'll get back to more retrograde nonsense in a second. But I also want to say, guys, we're going to be using the Wildwood Tarot here, which is a new deck and one that I have been wanting for so long. And then it showed up in the metaphysical shop that I work at on the weekends, and it was used, and I was like, okay, this is perfect, it's for me. It comes with this amazing book, and I highly recommend it. It's not for tarot beginners, that's for sure, and I would say it's not, I mean, it could be for you if you want to learn more about paganism, about more Celtic paganism, and just more of the roots in terms of the wheel of the year and the medicine wheel in terms of Native American and again, Celtic and well, really ancient Scottish, any type of more pagan beliefs from those two areas. So it's really, really lovely. I'm in love with it. The book is incredible, honestly, to read. So again, if you're somebody who's more familiar with tarot, this might be a really great deck for you. Or if it's like, something that you really want to sit down and learn, it's beautiful. It's a great deck. So anyways, I'm really excited to use this with you guys. Let's check out the energy for today. Let's check out the energy for today. Ooh, okay. Also, the moon is in Sagittarius. I know I mentioned the sun, but I forgot to mention the moon is in Sagittarius today. Let's see what comes out. Oh, and we get a jumper. Oh, I like that. Okay. The kings and queens in this deck are mostly all like animals, and they're very, very cool. The illustrations are beautiful. I mean, the illustrations, because I'm an artist myself, and these are like storybook, these classic, beautiful, I don't know, they have like these nostalgic quality from those old books. I can't remember who the artist was, but if you ever grew up with any old books like Paddle to the Sea, and there's another one about the forest, and I can't think of what it's called. It might be just called The Woods. It reminds me of all these like foresty things growing up. I was a kid that grew up in a forest, so I found that this really reached into my heart here. Ooh, okay. Let's continue to clarify for Monday. And wow. Okay. All right, so we're going to go from here. I'm going to pull some more cards out in a minute, but I kind of want to get into what I already have here. So King of Arrows, Kingfisher was your first card out. How amazing. And again, I love this. It's like a little hummingbird here. King of Arrows is the king of actually swords. So King of Swords shows up here, and I'm not kind of surprised. I kind of felt like he was going to come out today just because it is the last day of Sun in Aquarius. So we're in this more serious mental state here, but also I think we want to be discerning on all these levels. We want to, mentally get our, what is the word I'm looking for? Strategically get our way through this retrograde. And again, pardon me with how I'm speaking. The retrograde has really been fun for me in that way. But the Kingfisher, King of Swords, really wants to look at things from that more logical, rational, serious perspective. It's a really serious energy. He is the most serious king to me. He's very black and white, sees things the way they are, can see both sides of it, can take the emotion and all that, fiery energy, anything that could, skew the rationality of a perspective here. he kind of takes that out. Page of Arrows also comes up and it's in reverse. And to me, this just is that inability to really communicate what we want to, an inability to communicate. We might have a feeling that we have and we might be trying to communicate it, but it's not coming across the way we want to. We could also be not exactly hearing the messages we want to hear, or not even, again, because you're not communicating the way you want to, or because you're expecting communication in a specific way. It's probably not going to happen that way. So just be aware of that with the Page of Arrows, the Wren, which is just so cute. I love wrens. Like in this picture, it's so cute. So 2 birds already. Let's get a couple more before I move on to what else we got. Ooh, and I really want to continue to use this whole deck. Just use this deck today because it's new and it is just gorgeous. I think amidst all this weird turning energy, because it's like, I think a movie just came out that's actually called The Turning, so I was going to say this is like The Turning, you know, where things suddenly get a little bit weird and wonky and we don't really know what the feeling is or how to communicate it. Or should I reach out to that person, or should I wait for them to reach out to me? Should I send that email? I don't know. Or is my wording all right? It's the time where you should be second guessing before you send an email, send a message, send a letter, before you communicate. It has your prefrontal cortex here. Mercury retrograde, think of it as prefrontal cortex backwards. So your prefrontal cortex really is able to see into the long term about your decisions. It's kind of, you know, the authority, the CEO of your life, of your brain, of your decisions. And when that's going backwards, you're not going to be making the best decisions. You're not going to be seeing things in ways that are correct or logical, or you're not going to be able to make these logical decisions that you are wanting to make. The things that you want to start moving forward on, that you want to do, are going to probably come up, but they're going to, the way you handle them is not going to be great. So watch for that, because again, with the prefrontal cortex being just, feels like it's just backwards when retrograde is here. You're not making decisions that you're going to be happy with once it goes back direct. It's kind of a time of things going backwards, of not seeing the forest through the trees, and not knowing really with confidence what the best way forward is. Wow, these are some beautiful, beautiful cards. Like I really can't deal with how gorgeous they are. And you get 3 really powerful cards here. So let's just go with these 7 here. I'm going to leave it there today. I do think that you are in the need of some rest here. You're in the process of moving on, and there might be a lot of these little pushing and pulling energies that are saying, maybe you should do this, do this, do this, do that, communicate here, there. And again, with the Page of Bows, I do like that. I do like that, because Page of Arrows reversed, that's a spying energy. That's more of that Page of Swords. And I probably should have clarified arrows are swords in this and bows are wands. So 4 of Arrows is, again, that 4 of Swords and needing rest. And that is what's going to help you, again, I feel like, communicate and find, you know, what the best path forward is. Find your way of communication. Hear what you need to. Instead of trying to spy your way through it, trying to mentally grip onto the situation in a time when you just can't rationally grip onto the energies. It's just not going to make sense right now. No matter how you look at it, no matter what perspective you're coming from, even if, you know, you're full air sign that is, you know, really resonating with that King of Swords energy, that King of Arrows energy, you're not going to still be seeing things the way you need to. So it's like, just take a freaking break. Take a rest here. Like, look at him. He's got all these arrows shot around him. He's like, I think I'll just nap right here. And a butterfly comes by to say, sweet dreams, like, I'll watch over you. Make sure, I guess, no one's going to shoot you in the back. Because I guess, you know, once they shot it 4 times and he's laying down, they gave up, and now he can just rest. But yeah, it's the time to rest, because sometimes you can't go on, and the moves that you're going to make moving forward might you know, have you ending with an arrow in your throat here. So no, we got some really big energies here, and we're just going to touch upon them because, again, these are bigger things at play. You have a couple of major arcanas. Actually, let's look at those major arcanas before we get into more of the theme and your advice today. So the green woman, which is kind of the empress. There's a green man and a green woman in this deck, and I love it. She has this Celtic symbol of this year-round sun here on her chest, which is that light-giving, love-giving. You know, again, think of her as the empress as well. She's the green woman. She's able to bring this fertility, harmony, abundance, and like a lot of empresses, and I know my Gustav Klimt deck and in a couple other decks, they're holding, you know, figures of life, like a person or an animal. And the green woman is that, you know, earth, that mother, and you know, mother Gaia, mother earth type of energy that is bringing forth creation, bringing forth the abundance, bringing forth what you want, what you need. So this has a lot to do with manifestations of comfort, stability, harmony, and that might be why we're feeling so about this. You know, why am I not seeing these things? Why is this person not telling me what I want to be told? Why have I not received that message yet? Why aren't they telling me their feelings? Why are things this way? And for those of you who have been really wanting, needing something in your life, you know, career, money, abundance, I do think things are going to come together in a more, I do think that they're going to come together, but again, when you're in retrograde, things aren't going to come together in ways that make sense. At any, I mean, they don't make sense. They might make sense during this time a little bit, but as soon as it's over, I think you're going to get the bigger picture. It's going to be a little bit weird for a while here, and I do think that you're going to get the inklings and the feelings and all this stuff, but to put it on solid ground, to put it in solid logic is going to take a while here. So with the green woman and the great bear, oh my god, I love this. Oh, I actually, this is card 20 here. So this to me kind of represents judgment. What do we need to shift here? It's like, if you enter this, you might have to kind of face this more strong situation here. This is asking for you to change, to open yourself up to what can be, to what wants to come in now, and how you need to change for the future. Look at your past, go deep within. I mean, these cards are very deep and bring up these ancestral energies. So it could even be that you need to meditate on an even deeper level and really look at what you need to work on at this point in your life, what spirit is directing you to change, to shift. Or again, it feels to me, honestly, that there's a lot changing here, and that amidst all this, you can't really control it, and you might just need to sit down and take a break here, because King of Arrows and King of Arrows, Knight of Arrows, I can't speak today, and Eight of Vessels is here. So Knight of Arrows is the hawk. Hawks always come with a message. I've been seeing a lot of hawks, and I've been learning actually a lot about them at work here. I read a lot in the book recently, and they always have a really important message. And often if you continue to see red-tailed hawks, especially, even though I'm not sure if this is a red-tailed hawk, they're, you know, spirit guides that stay with you for life, that come in with a very sharp, very important message from your higher self for guidance, for your path forward. It's trying to communicate something to you. There is communication that will help you moving forward. Because the Eight of Cups is always about moving forward, going on to the next thing, seeking out that Nine of Cups, that 10 of Cups, self-fulfillment, and then fulfillment in your life around you emotionally. So you have to kind of seek out the emotional fulfillment when, again, it's retrograde in Pisces. You're on a more emotional, watery journey, and you can't really make the logical sense of this right now. So trust that the changes that are coming and the changes that you're being asked to make right now are going to shift you into that abundant place of rebirth, recreation. And again, like I said, with the Eight of Cups, it literally says rebirth there. This is a time of rebirth and moving forward. Take a break. Don't get stressed out. Don't keep trying to seek those answers right now. They will come as soon as you kind of take a step back, it feels like to me. That you need to take that step back, that you need to stop looking and asking and doing this. It's like, this is what you really need to do today in order to receive all of this good stuff, in order to get that message, in order to start hearing what you need to hear, seeing what you need to see. Oof, all right, big messages. Let's get one oracle and call it a day. And it's so good to be back here. Thank you guys for being patient with the dailies lately. This month is kind of a difficult one for me. I've had to kind of shift into a new schedule because I'm working on weekends now at the shop, and that, you know, limits my time a little bit. And I'm also kind of getting ready for surgery and needing to kind of really look after my health and my mental health, because it's an anxious thing to go through as well. So thank you again for being patient with me and for all of your support, guys. Skill 10. I'm sorry that I have to look at it like this, but if I look at it like this, I'm going to be reading like that, and it's going to be awkward. So skill, this is from the Lynn V. Andrews Power Deck. Expressing your highest nature through your work is sometimes easiest when work is not exactly as you wish it to be. There are hidden gifts within friction. Therein lies the secret way to a graceful life. You are not what you do. Your work is a higher mirror, providing a reflection from which to learn in your evolutionary process. Then work becomes a higher skill, and you begin to fine-tune not only your physical self, but your spirit. A Zen garden expresses the essence of life in a highly perfected skill. Come to the inner truth that produces true skill. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the dailies. I'll see you in the monthlies. Check out your monthly love readings as well as your monthly generals. I really appreciate it, guys. Hit me up with that subscribe, and check me out over on Instagram if you want to connect or see any other content. Thanks so much, guys. Have a blessed day. Namaste.